what I thought I was getting and what I ended up getting like just blew me out of the water because like what I ended up with was so much more than I even thought was possible.
Okay, Jen. So I'm so excited to talk to you today about kind of your experience with brand photography and what you really got out of it. So if you could just quickly introduce yourself and who do you serve, what do you do, all the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here with you, and especially because my brand looks so kick-ass after us working together. What I do now is I'm a leadership coach, and who I serve is I mainly serve people in the corporate space, recently some business owners too, but typically it's someone who is either trying to increase their leadership capacity. So they really want to be like stepping into their own authority, their own authenticity, just either in their business or in their work. And some of my clients are kind of struggling with burnout. So they are just hitting this point. They've probably been pushing the limits a little bit too long. And so just sort of at this point where they need to recalibrate.
What else was going on in your business at the time when you were looking into getting brand photos done?
I knew I was making a pivot, but I still wasn't entirely sure how the pivot was going to flow. I worked in corporate for over 10 years. I quit that to do something totally different, which was I built a yoga community online. It was kind of like a yoga and a wellness community, and it was amazing. And so when I decided to make the pivot, it was because I needed to find more of a middle ground. I needed to bring everything kind of back together and figure out what that was.
Yeah, absolutely. Find a way that you can, like the intersection of all these different things that you were doing, which is so cool. And I think that that can be translated like really powerfully in photos, right? It's kind of like a mashup of all the things that we do, but depending on how we approach it, we can really target a specific person, which for you was more of the corporate world. So we really took that into consideration as we were planning things.
Yeah, we totally did. And that was something that was super helpful for me because I think when you and I started working together too, I also had realized that the audience that I had been sort of working with for, two or well, longer, like 3.5 years, really wasn't the audience that I was going to kind of continue moving forward with. So they weren't my ideal client anymore. And what I loved was, with our work together, we were able to really like take all of those different parts and I remember having so many conversations with you where it was like, actually, let's not use this color because that is not going to attract the right people. Or, how about we kind of look at these things? And you just brought to light so many different things that I honestly would have never even thought about.
And there's such power in starting with who you want to target. It really simplifies things because I think a lot of people are looking at it from the lens of like, what do I like? And it's important to like your brand, but it's even more important that you're attracting who you want to work with.
What I really enjoyed about working with you was it was yes about building a business, but it was more about building an aligned business. And
Yeah.
it was really about, yeah, kind of finding that bridge between like what is like my vision for it and what do I want out of it? And
Yeah.
also considering what is really going to serve my clients and what is going to help them to either see me as the professional, to build that online presence, or to just kind of elevate that brand.
Okay, so I'm curious, what was like, was there anything that you were really surprised by during this process or something that like made you like really unexpectedly happy about the process? Like what was your experience there?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So many things. So, one, I love the fact that you were so organized. Just every part of the process was so well designed. And I know you and I had some time throughout it too, because it was like a bit of a multi-month process. And so that probably helped too. But I just remember when I first, opened up the mood board, for example, and it was like, oh, like this is great. I can really start to like see how this is going to take shape. And then the next step was when I had the board, of like, these are the four outfits that you're going to do. These are some ideas of what some of the pictures might look like. Here's some of the props that we might use, and just it was so nice to just be like, wow, this is happening. This is what it looks like. And so like that was amazing. That like just seeing that board completely blew me away. And then the last part was just out like the amount of people, like my best friends, people in my network, like just, all across the board who messaged me and was like, holy shit, those are great photos. And like they really, were like, wow, this is exactly how I see you. Like you are very much in these photos.
That is the best compliment, and that's what I hope for, because the people that truly know you know what you look like as your authentic self, right? And
Yeah.
photos, in an uncomfortable photo experience, it can be quite the opposite of that. Another thing that you said that like I can't forget, because I thought it was so cool that you said this, was you said that the photo shoot made you feel really legit. You're like, this makes me feel really legit. And that was kind of like an unexpected benefit that I hadn't made myself aware of, is that doing a photo shoot actually allows you to show up as your most empowered self. You're like, I did the damn thing. I started the business. I'm transforming lives, and it really allows you to show up in that energy and kind of celebrate it.
Yeah, it totally does. And so, I don't post as much now on Instagram as I used to. Like my platform of choice is mainly on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And so, and also I use the photos for my website, and it's like one, the freaking website, just like with the elevated photos, is like I'm sometimes looking at this website and I'm like, who is that? Like,
Yeah.
holy crap, that's me. And then, with my online presence on LinkedIn, I can't tell you how many compliments I've had in the past few months where it's like, wow, your online presence is so amazing. And, you really know what you're doing and you have, all these posts. And so, part of that obviously is the content that I'm putting out, but I really do believe that the photos just add this extra level of professionalism with it. So it's really powerful what having really great brand photos can do for your business and like for yourself.
Yeah, that's amazing that you just said that. I love that. That is the ultimate mission.
And so I think all of those things just contribute to showing up differently. But,
Yeah.
the way that the leads are coming in is like, I'm getting a lot more referrals coming in. I've had so many more people from like my past lives of like, my past jobs and stuff who will now message me and say, hey, I want to connect with you. I really want to learn more about what you're doing. And
Yeah.
so I feel like it's just it's changed my business from feeling like it was like this side hustle or this like small little business to
Yeah.
more like, holy crap, like I'm actually running a real business now. And
That,
there's real leads coming in.
oh my God, I just got chills when you said that. When you said like it went from a side hustle to a real business, I literally got chills because I was like, I know that feeling, and it's the best feeling. And it's truly where we want to operate in, because I think that's when we do our most powerful work. We want to show up. Our clients feel it, we feel it. It's good energy all around, right? So that's amazing.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, and what was your favorite part about the whole process? I know you touched on like the organization piece, but was there anything else that you loved?
I just felt really held throughout the process. Like I felt like you were such a partner with me in the process. Like it didn't feel like, you were like, okay, I'm the photographer, here's what we're doing. And it also didn't feel like, hey, I need you to lead me through the process, as in me leading you. It really felt so collaborative. Like we were just working together, trying to like create this amazing thing together. And so for me, that was super helpful because I was at a point where like I really needed someone to just one, give me some advice and tell me how it is. And also just trust that I knew what I was doing enough in my business that we could kind of co-create that. And so that was, really what made the experience amazing for me.
Amazing. Okay, and what's one thing you think other people should know, or more specifically, small business owners should know about this service, so the package that you booked?
Yeah, I mean, I think like if so, what I thought I was getting and what I ended up getting like just blew me out of the water because like what I ended up with was so much more than I even thought was possible. And so like if that's probably what I would offer is just, if if a business owner is at the stage where either they're at making a pivot or they feel really pretty clear about where they want to go, then this is such a naturally great next step for them to, if they're looking to build more confidence or more of a presence in their business, or again, just feel a little more legit or more credible, then like this is such a great package to go because again, like just your ability to kind of like pull in the colors, pull in the clients, pull in the attractiveness to the clients, and just kind of bring all that together, and
Yeah.
then have like a really fun photo shoot is just it's amazing. It's magic.
Amazing. It truly felt like that for me too. So thank you. Well, that's amazing. That's kind of everything I wanted to ask you. And I love seeing you pop up everywhere. And I've looked at your website multiple times. I'm like, this is amazing because you're always adding new photos. And so I just
Yeah.
love seeing the evolution, and it feels so real. It feels like you're showing up in your power, and I could definitely see that people are recognizing that. So thank you for being a part of this process with me and sharing your thoughts about the whole thing today. I look forward to seeing what you continue to do with your brand.
Yeah, and thank you so much for like helping me get to this next level because I don't know that I would have gotten there without our time together.
Oh, thank you. That's amazing.